Why being understood is more terrifying than being completely alone. You think being alone is your biggest fear, but there is something far more dangerous than solitude, something that keeps people at arm's length, even from the ones they love, being truly known. We spend our entire lives constructing walls, curating personas, hiding the parts of ourselves we don't know how to explain, and yet, true intimacy demands that we tear every single one of those walls down. So the question isn't, are you afraid of being alone? The real question is, are you ready to hand someone the exact power to destroy who you really are? Think about how you present yourself to the world. You have a version of yourself for work, one for social media, one for family dinners, one for first dates. These aren't lies. Exactly, they are something more calculated than that. They are selections. Carefully chosen fragments of who you are, arranged to produce a specific reaction. And here's why: when people only see the mask, they can only respond to the mask. The real you, the one with contradictions, impulses you've never spoken out loud, fears that don't make rational sense, stays protected, untouched, unreachable. This creates a strange kind of safety, predictable, controllable. The world becomes a stage, and you're always the director. You decide what gets seen. You decide what stays buried. It feels like survival. Because in a world that rewards image over authenticity, maybe it is. Solitude gets a bad reputation. We talk about loneliness like it's a wound, something to be healed as quickly as possible. But there's something we don't talk about enough: the comfort of being alone. When you're by yourself, you are the sole narrator of your own life. No one challenges your self-image. No one notices the things you're still ashamed of. No one gets close enough to see what you're actually like when the performance drops. In isolation, you get to edit the story. You get to skip over the chapters that embarrass you. You don't have to confront the version of yourself that shows up under pressure, the one that snaps, withdraws, self-destructs in quiet ways. Loneliness is a dull ache. It's chronic. It's exhausting. But it's also safe. Because being observed by another person is something else entirely. And on some deep, instinctive level, you already know what that costs. Here is what no one tells you about intimacy. It acts like a mirror. Not the kind you choose to look into, the kind that appears without warning and reflects the things you've spent years trying to bury. The impatience you pretend isn't there. The fear underneath the confidence. The wound still open under the scar tissue. When someone understands you deeply, really deeply, they see past the performance. They see into the flaws you haven't forgiven in yourself yet. The things that keep you up at night. The patterns you repeat even when you swear you won't. And that level of visibility is a profound loss of control. Because your secret self is no longer yours alone to manage. Someone else is now a witness to it, and you cannot unwitness something. Here's where it gets darker. When you allow someone total access to who you are, your fears, your history, the exact shape of your insecurities, you have handed them a blueprint of exactly how to hurt you. Every vulnerability you've shared becomes a potential point of impact. Every confession is a coordinate, and whether or not they ever use it, you know they could, but it goes even further than that. We fear that once the mystery is gone, once the idealized version of us they fell in love with gives way to the raw, unpolished reality, they will find it repulsive. That the thing we have been protecting will be confirmed as unlovable the moment it's finally seen. This is the terrifying arithmetic of intimacy. Being understood creates a permanent witness to your most fragile moments. You can break up. You can move across the country. But somewhere out there is a person who has seen the version of you that you barely let yourself see. That never fully goes away. And yet, we can't stop wanting it. This is the paradox that sits at the center of human experience. The psyche is caught in a war with itself, pulled between the safety of hiding and the biological hunger for resonance. We want to be known. We need to be seen. Not the version we perform us, the real thing. But the price of that is total exposure, and so we hover at the edge. We let people close enough to feel less alone, but not close enough to really see. We perform vulnerability, confessing just enough to feel connected without actually surrendering control. And we wonder why the loneliness doesn't go away. Here's the truth that psychology keeps circling back to: the piece of the void has a cost. The cost is never fully existing in the eyes of another human being. You can stay in the shadows. It's quieter there, safer, in a certain narrow sense. But growth, the real kind, the kind that changes who you are, only happens when you make the gamble. When you let someone see the thing you've been protecting and choose to stay anyway. Not because it's safe, it's not, but because being truly seen and still chosen, that is the only thing that can answer the question you've been carrying your whole life. Am I enough, even as the real thing? Being alone is painful, everyone knows that. But being known truly, completely, without the armor that requires something loneliness never asks of you. It requires courage, not the dramatic kind, the quiet, terrifying kind. The kind that says, here I am, all of it, and I'll let you decide. That's not weakness. That's the most dangerous thing a person can do. And maybe that's exactly why it's the only thing worth doing. Most people will finish this video and go back to hiding. But if something in here cracked open even slightly, that's not an accident. That's you recognizing yourself. Subscribe to Echo Behavior. Every week, one more piece of the puzzle. And drop a comment below. Tell me which part hit closest to home. I read every single one.